How's it going, everyone? Prime Driver Jacob here, coming at you with another top 5 video. This one's going to be the top 5 reasons why you quit during training. So number 5, reason why you would quit during training is you fail your test and or drug test. What I mean by that, when you come back in from your PSD and you're testing out to get your CDL, you got to do your pre-trip, your backing, and your road test. If you fail, I don't know exact number on pre-trip and backing that they give you. They will work with you on more than 3 attempts on those. I don't know if it's 4, if it's 5. Don't know the exact number. I think it's a case-by-case scenario. But you will only get 3 attempts at the road test in a calendar year in the state of Missouri. There's nothing that Prime can do about it. So if you fail your road test 3 times during training, you will be sent home and told to go back in a year or go get your CDL somewhere else and then come back. Also with that, people still fail their drug test, and it's not even for quote-unquote illegal drugs. As a PSD student, prime student driver, when you just have your permit, you cannot consume alcohol. Plain and simple, it's part of your contract. So if you decide to go out one night to Applebee's or whatever and go out drinking and they catch you, you'll be drug tested, and if you test positive for alcohol, you will be sent home. So if you're one of those people who can't go without drinking, Prime is not a company to come to. And also, my belief is if you're driving one of these trucks, you should not be drinking, period. To each his own on that. Just make sure you don't get busted. I've seen everything from people just driving down the road to people dumping their 40 ounces in a 44-ounce soda cup and then taking off down the road drinking their beer that way. It will catch up to them. So stay away from the alcohol, stay away from the drugs. If you can't do that, this is not the type of industry to get into. So number 4, reason why you will quit during training is you just determine that this isn't for you. That's alright. If you listen to any driver out here with some time, they will tell you this is not a job, it's not a career, it's a lifestyle. You got to live this. You either love it or you hate it. There's not a lot of middle ground in trucking. So you come to find out during training kind of real quick if you can kind of deal with what we got to deal with on a day in, day out basis. How we sleep, how we eat, how we live, taking showers ever so often, laundry piling up. You'll find out really quick what this lifestyle is all about. And you will determine if it's for you or if it's not. Now, the old rule is, I'm pretty sure it's still in effect, you have 7 days out on the road with the trainer to leave to walk away from your contract. I don't know if it's the date of your when you sign the contract you have 7 days, or if they actually give you 7 days from when you hit the road with the trainer. But Prime will give you a little bit of leeway so you can decide if this is for you or not. And if you decide if it's not, you can walk away. Only thing I think you got to worry about is a bus ticket. So, number 3 reason why you will quit during training. Kind of a simple one. It's not enough money. Bills get stacked up at home. You get behind. You just got to do what you got to do and go back home and do whatever you need to do to make money again, to take care of the bills, support the house. Now, part of that is you kind of need to plan. Prime's training, break it down for you. Week of orientation, 2 to 3 weeks PSD. Look at a max of 4. Then you are looking at 6 to 8 weeks of TNT. So you're looking at 10 to 12 weeks of training. During TNT, you start getting an actual paycheck. $700 gross or 14 cents per mile, whichever's more. So you kind of got to factor that in. If you need more money than that to cover your bills, if you need to at least be able to cover a month's worth of your bills back home before you get out here. With that, sorry, United Road's backing in over here. That's kind of, my ADD's kicking in. You need to be able to plan for how long you need to cover up your bills for back home. Whether you have enough money to stack up for a month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever you can do, you need to plan for it. So, number 2 reason. The number 2 reason why you will quit during training is because of trainer problems. I'm not going to say I'm the greatest trainer out here. Never claimed to be, never want to be. Have I had my issues with my students? Yes, I have. But I powered through, got them trained, and got them out into their own trucks. There's only one student who I didn't take completely through. Not completely. One student where I wasn't the right trainer for him, so I needed to get him off my truck and onto someone else's thing. He's still at Prime, last I heard. So, but there's a lot of students who get into it with their trainers, say, screw it, it's not worth it, not say anything, and walk out. Now, this is one of the flaws of Prime's training programs. It's up to you, the student, to report the problems with your trainer. If your trainer's a complete a-hole, has piss jugs, has dogs, has other people in his truck, which is against training policy, you need to say something. If you do not say something and report what is going on, he or she will continue to do it. So it's one of those things I want to bring up with Stan and them, that we need to start evaluating trainers on a yearly basis. Every trainer should be able to pass pre-trip, backing, and the road test. If you cannot pass that pre-trip, you should not be a trainer. Plain and simple. So again, a lot of students quit because they have issues with their trainers. If you don't report what's going on, they can't get you another trainer, get you off of that truck, and you just go home all pissed off at the company when Prime or whoever you're with could have worked around it. Helped you out, sent you another trainer, picked you up from that truck, brought you through a terminal, anything. So make sure if you're having problems with your trainer, contact your fleet manager. Fleet manager doesn't do anything. Move on to Stan Kaskerke, Steve Larson, Linda Brown. They don't want to work with you. Keep going up the food chain. All the way up to Rob Lowe. Rob Lowe has a open door policy. Now you have to go through his secretary first, but you can sit down and talk with him. There's no reason to quit just because your trainer's an a-hole. Alright. Number 1 reason. So number 1 reason why you will quit during training is because you are missing home / your family. As I said before, you're looking at 10 to 12 weeks of training. Now, during that second part of TNT phase, you can get home and for a couple days to visit with your family. Usually not a problem, but that's going to prolong your training. So keep that in mind. And that kind of goes into the lifestyle of it. You got to understand that you need to, why you are out here. You're going to miss time away from family. You're not going to be there for important things. It's the kind of the crappy end of this industry. So I've seen it a lot of times where students get out here 2-3 weeks and all of a sudden they just miss their wife, their kids too much and just quit and go home. You gotta understand, before you get out here, you're gonna be away from home. I know it's one of those things you can't prepare for, but you need to acknowledge that it's gonna happen. It's gonna hit. Even to me, to this day, almost 5 years into this, it still hits me hard that I'm not as home as much as I want to be. But I look at what I got to do to take care of the bills back home. So, hope you guys found this video hope you guys liked this video. Give me a good old thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe, ring that bell. You know what to do. So, talk to you guys next time. Stay safe. Keep the shiny side up.